Hello and welcome. Give me a second. I'm just making sure that my audio's working correctly, and I think it is. I'm still kind of dealing with some echo issues, so apologies if some parts of the stream have an echo. I can't quite figure that out. I'm not. It might be the acoustics of my room. Like, it's a tiny room, so could be just the sound bouncing off the walls and hitting the microphone, I guess, again. Um, so again, apologies if there's an echo. I'll try to work on that. In the last stream that I did, I was playing KCD2, and I spent my first 45 hours or so just getting to the point where I really understood, the gameplay and, was not terrible at it. Last stream, I will admit, I did struggle in a, 1v3 match that I stumbled upon. So my intention was to go to Master Tomcat and just like do some demo fighting one-on-one with him. But that didn't work out because I stumbled upon a camp of 3 guys, 2 of which had shields. They were all, heavily armored. And so I was just getting used to, being good at 1v1s and 1v2s. I struggled last stream with that 1v3. I understand that. I replayed that fight so many times. I'm sure anyone who was watching either the stream or the VOD just completely tuned out. Don't blame you. Hopefully I will not struggle like that this stream. I have gone up against other 1v3s since and just cleaned house, so hopefully I've gotten better. But that was the reason why I spent that first 45 hours, just kind of experimenting and figuring out timings and stuff. And I still wasn't quite there in the last stream, but I think I've gotten a little bit closer now. Still terrible at a bunch of stuff, but we're getting there. Anyway, I'm currently doing a quest called the Jaunt. The Jaunt. So if I look at ye old journal, I'm still on the Wedding Crashers thing, but I'm much further along now. I'm doing both the miller and the blacksmith. So I've already done all of Materia Prima. I just have to bring the document back to the miller, which is the first part of his quest chain to do the Wedding Crashers thing. So I've already done that. This stream I want to do the Jaunt. So I've already gotten to the point where I'm meeting Gnarly and Lord Samine in the courtyard, and we're gonna go find this lost / stolen cart with all of the blacksmith's goods that were en route to Lord Samine's estate, because Lord Samine's son is marrying the bailiff's daughter, I want to say. But it could be the other way around. It could be Lord Samine's son. Lord Samine's daughter is marrying the bailiff's son. I forget which one has the son and which one has the daughter. But there's a marriage happening. And Lord von Burgau is going to be at that wedding. And so that's going to be my chance to talk to him about how we were on our way to deliver him a message, but we got waylaid by bandits, presumably. Anyway, That's where we are. I'll just briefly kind of mention the side quests that I've done. I won't really go into too much detail, um, just because I don't want to spoil them. The frogs one, I did that since, and also Battle of Frogs and Mice, and they're related. I'm not gonna say how they're related. Just know that it has to do with a rivalry between two villages. Um, the blacksmith's son was the first task for the blacksmith, and that's where you get introduced to the blacksmithing minigame. Um, and then Lackey involves helping out the local gameskeeper, huntsman slash gameskeeper. So that's pretty much it in terms of the additional side quests I've done. Oh, and I did Invaders, I think. Yeah, Invaders. And that's just where you help, the innkeeper slash tavern owner that you met at the end of the prologue. So that's about it. So we'll go ahead and talk to Sir Jan Samin here.
I'm ready to set out, sir.
All right. Stay close to us and don't go wandering off.
You got it, boss.
As you say, sir.
Where will you start searching, sir? If they drove out of Tarkov and headed towards us, they had to pass through Troskowitz.
Right, sir. You keep up with us, son. Troskowitz ain't far, but it seems there's
You got it.
vanishing on the way.
Very good, Captain.
What do you think about it, Captain?
I know you told me not to jump to any conclusions, sir, but I can't help myself. Someone's running rampant around here, sir.
I know who's running rampant. Yurko in the cellar. We're out of wine again. I knew this wedding wouldn't be cheap, but I'm bleeding like a stuck pig. And the bailiff, the bride's father, you'd get more blood out of a stone than coin out of him. And then he behaves like I shit golden eggs just because I'm a noble. Even though he's got more coin than me.
Such are the times, sir. But that Yurko, he's going too far.
Boy, rich people problems, am I right?
It's in his blood.
Aye, I noticed. But they're getting too much to handle. Him and his cronies. They started on young Henry, as soon as he set foot on the courtyard.
What? Is that true, Henry?
It was nothing. Just a bit of a friendly brawl. They clearly had a skinful. I can understand it.
Well, I've sure as hell got no understanding for it. I hope they didn't hurt you.
Young Henry here gave Yurko a nice hammering.
Oh, that's no surprise.
I did.
The fella
I kicked his butt really hard.
most of the time.
You'd have to get
I
up
whooped him.
early to catch them sober. But they wasn't that drunk as to give Henry an easy fight.
Look here, lad. If you're such a champion, I'm sure you'd accept the challenge of an old man like myself.
Oh boy.
It would be an honor, sir.
Sure, why not?
Excellent. Not afraid, eh? That's what I like to see. There's an abandoned pen along the path a bit. We'll stop off there and see what you're made of.
All right, sir. If you'll excuse me, I'll explain some things to the youngster here first. Wouldn't want no accidents happening. Save the thanks. And get...
Well, I guess.
Henry, come here.
Yeah, I'm here, man. What's up, bro?
What are you
Did I win? I mean,
I've got something else. Well, my shield.
Isn't that a bit too?
Sir, my left shoulder's...
True enough.
Thank you.
well, I guess that's okay. Probably won't use it, but just so it's not weighing me down, though, let me go ahead and first switch back to me sword. And then I'm going to move this stuff to my horse. Oh, good boy, Mutt. You're a good boy. You're the goodest of boys. I guess I'll go ahead and feed my dog while I'm waiting to on this guy. Good boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Silly doggy.
Good dog. Alright, I guess I'm not that dirty. You weren't bleeding that bad, man. Are you drinking this? Because my dog was also drinking out of this. You getting every nook and cranny, boss? I think you might have missed a spot. This is not altered in any way, by the way. I'm not dragging this out. This is just... Like, me and Gnarly are ready to go. Hey, Burrow. Hey, guy. We ready to go, bro. I wonder what stats Samin's horse has. Mine's virtually better in every way. How about old Gnarly? Won't let me inspect his horse. Fine, keep your secrets. Okie dokie, any day now. There's something I should be doing to speed this up. Okie dokie. Oh, are we done? Alright, sweet, let's roll. We Audi 5000. Or is he waiting on me to talk to him? Nope. Silent treatment. Look, dude, you don't have to be a sore loser, alright? You're like 104. Sure, Samin here looks like he fought in the last 100-Year War. As in 100 years ago. Come on, bro. What are you doing? Did me beating him, like, soft lock the quest or something? Come on, bro. Let's roll. Well, I guess everybody go take a break. Come back in 5 minutes. Folks who are on YouTube watching this in the future, you can fast forward. I know. Yeah, it's a miracle technology. Me and everyone who's watching on Twitch, we have to sit through this. But the YouTube people, they are a special class. They are the noblemen. And they get to fast forward. And it's perfectly fine for all of us to resent them for that. Alright, come on, bro. Seriously? What are we doing here? Huh? What are we doing? I mean, I'm going to save and exit and then reload. And then I'm going to try to wait. And we'll just see what happens. There we go. Oh, you piece of crap, man. Come on now. Come on now. Oh, thank Christ. Okay. Alrighty. We cool, everybody.
I needed that. It's good to stretch the limbs every now and again. And you're pretty handy, youngster. You should come to the courtyard, and Gnarly here will give you a good education in the art of the sword.
I call it the art of not getting skewered as soon as you step foot outside the village. But do come, Henry. We've got a nice arena
Sweet.
in Sameen. It ain't no abandoned pig pen.
You can't always choose your battleground, Gnarly. Whether it's a pig pen or an arena in Karlstein, it's the performance that counts. And while we're on the subject, where are you from, lad? It's clear you're not from Trotsky.
I'm from Silver Scallops, sir.
Aha! Now I understand why you're here. You're not the first one to flee here from the war.
I don't flee from a fight, sir. I have work here, and a lot of scores to settle.
You want to get revenge for what happened back home? That usually doesn't end well. You'd be better advised to find yourself a well-built girl, build a cottage, and visit the church and the tavern in turn. There's no helping the dead anyway.
That's nice advice, sir. Only women will tie you down, lad. Better to go and see a bit of the world. You're doing the right thing. People walk here.
All sound advice. Dude, you walked into us. I'm on autopilot here. This is the game doing this. I'm not even, like, steering. This is completely hands-free. It's hilarious. Experts are going to look back on this as the first instance where one AI was upset by what another AI was doing. Guarantee. Alright, guys. What are we doing? What's the plan?
In Troskowitz. What now, sir? Should I go to the bailiff and ask if he might have seen someone?
So that makes sense. But the young fella here should do it. If the bailiff sees you, he'll guess I'm in the village and come and bother me. And I'm really not in the mood today for any bombardment of complaints.
I understand, sir. All right, Henry. Run along to the rat house and inquire about that wagon.
And Henry, not a word about me. Are we clear?
As you wish, sir.
Alrighty. Let's do this. You, sir, have an impressive beard.
Master Bailiff, can I ask you about something?
Ask away, by all means. Wait now, aren't you that lad who's helping Radovan in the forge?
Yeah, that's me.
I heard his hired hands went missing.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm here.
Ah, I was thinking they were driving awful fast with that cart.
You saw them?
I did, a few days back. They raced through the village in the early evening so fast, they were dropping sacks of charcoal.
Where were they headed?
Towards the east, to Apollonia on the road to Yichin. And you're looking for them?
I am indeed.
I'm glad to hear it. I heard there were goods for Semin on that cart, and I can do without that kind of trouble now. On account of the wedding, you know?
It seems you have a lot of concerns with that wedding, Master Bailiff.
Of course I do. I'm the father of the bride, after all. Although not everyone sees eye to eye with me. Lord
Yeah, so it's Semin's son,
paid all
Bailiff's
the bills
daughter.
And left all the decisions up to him. Who's invited, what they'll be to eat and drink, entertainment, everything. It's not like I have a burning desire to deal with it. But if I'm going to pay for it...
I understand. But isn't it just that the groom's family is more concerned about these things?
That's not it. I'll tell you what it is. It's because Lord Semin is a noble and I'm just a commoner. Only I've got coin. While he's trying to keep the wolf from the door in that piddling estate of his.
I don't know. I kind of respect the cut of the old guy's jib.
Calm down, Master Bailiff.
You're right, of course.
I understand.
Do you know anything?
Only what I've told you. But to tell you the truth, I wouldn't mind if they never turned up again.
Why is that?
Why is that?
They might look like butter wouldn't melt in their mouths, and Radovan praises them, but I know people. That pair have mischief in their eyes. I can tell.
That'll be all. Thanks.
All right, so we've got a couple of ne'er-do-wells on a joyride with the cart. Cannot end well. All right, guys.
Well then, young man.
Here's what I found.
They were spotted.
They drove towards Apollonia.
going to the east, towards Apollonia.
So to Yichin. The bastards. And what about my goods?
Oh, they were driving so fast, it was falling off the cart.
The thieving scum. Let's hurry. To Yichin.
Sir, I can send a message to the Yichin captain of the guard.
Oh, it'll take too long. We'll go and get them ourselves.
Won't you be missing
Oh, yeah.
preparations for the wedding at home, sir?
I will. Praise Lord Jesus Christ. If I have to choose between riding to Yichin and listening to Dorothy's endless fussing, I'll take Yichin any time. Besides, there's a nice inn along the way, the Three Cats. We can spend the night there.
I remember that place. But I'm not
Why, you
sure
carousing old
we'll
geezer.
let the two of us set foot inside the door.
Oh, gnarly, that was 15 summers ago. God knows if the place is even still standing.
True. Still, we'd better keep our eyes peeled. They might not have gone to Yichin. They could have turned off somewhere. Or something could have happened. They might have been ambushed, maybe.
Will you give over with that? I'll bet my brains they weren't ambushed. More likely we'll find them boozing at the Three Cats.
That'd surely be the best outcome, if that old dive is still standing. Let's go then.
And we're trotting. Just trotting along. Appreciating the beauty of this big wide world Warhorse has crafted for us. It's a big old tree.
So, Saint Anthony, which way now?
While you're praying to the patron saint of lost things, go and have a look along the road, Gnarly. And you, Henry, have a look to the left.
All right, sir.
You got it, boss.
Forget, my eyesight ain't what it used to be.
Well, that's what we have the youngster for, isn't it? Off you go.
Exactly. I'll carry you guys. No problem. I'll race you there, Gnarly. What is this? Lying in the road.
Charcoal. That could have fallen off the cart.
Interesting. I'd better go tell them what I found.
Found anything, lad?
There's a sack of charcoal lying in the ditch to the left of the road. The bailiff said they were driving like the devil, so maybe it fell from the cart.
Oh, that makes sense. To the left it is then. Gnarly! Back here!
Come on, Gnarly.
Getting close.
Let's go, buddy.
Feel it in my bones, sir. You'll have the car back.
I just hope we find the horses too. Yarmilka here ain't the youngest, and I wouldn't want to drag it back home myself.
A nobleman in harness. We ain't ever had such a spectacle in these cars.
You might get to see it soon enough. The lords in this country have all gone to the dogs. Every lowborn with a bit of coin builds a house in Kuttenberg while we live in squalor. Why do you reckon that is, lad?
That's a tough question, sir. But nothing happens on God's green earth without his will. If that's the way God wants it, there's nothing you can do.
None of this would be happening if we had a king. And I mean a real one. Not Wenceslas or Sigismund. Oh, anywhere that's not ruled by a strong hand, all sorts of things go wrong.
Especially when you've got Moravian relatives eating you out of house and home.
Let's play a drinking game. Every time the old men complain about something, take a drink. Difficulty level, impossible.
Oh, hold up. This is strange. I don't see any cart tracks. What do you reckon, Gnarly?
I'm blind as a mole, sir. But it's all peculiar right now. Where the hell could that cart have vanished to?
Well, that's just it. They had nowhere to turn off.
I'll look up the road a bit. And you, Henry, have a look back along the road. Maybe it fell in a ditch somewhere. Who knows?
Very well, sir.
Seems unlikely, but I'll check it out. First, let me look at the map. Okay. Aha! Found you, you rascal.
someone went to a hell of a lot of trouble to hide it from the road.
Hey! I found the
Yes, okay.
blacksmith's cart! Come here!
Over here, fellas.
Well, now, here we have it. The blacksmith's cart.
And someone went to a lot of trouble to hide it from the road.
Of course, the goods are gone. The bastards hauled it off to the rocks. That's clear. Well, we can't let them get away with it. We'll carry on, but on foot. My old jungle would only break a leg there. And keep a sharp lookout. Something stinks here.
I told you, they got ambushed by them bastards that's on the rampage round here, sir.
Oh, be quiet. We still can't be sure of anything.
Ah, Apollonia. I spent a lot of time running around here as a young lad.
Oh, not me. This place always gave me the shivers.
God's truth, I ain't got only good memories of it. One time, got my legs stuck in a crevice a bit further on. Trapped there all night I was, shitting myself with fear. It wasn't till morning that the folk from the fortress found me. The whole of Sameen was out looking for me.
See, at least you came here as a kid. It still gives me the creeps here.
Why's that, sir? It's just some rocks, ain't it?
You'd sing a different tune if you'd had the rope maker's wife as a nanny when you were little. Now, she had some tales about this place. Headless horsemen, goblins, and white ladies. Every night, we'd gather by the hearth. The old woman would sit at her spinning wheel telling stories. I'll tell you, Captain, there isn't much I'm afraid of. But when that blind old crone was croaking her tales of devils and holes to hell, with the fire crackling and the wind whistling outside the window...
Listen.
Yeah, I hear it.
There's somebody there, sure enough.
Let's get closer.
I'm trying to tell a story for amusement, not listen to your supposedly educated claptrap.
Supposedly? Have you forgotten I was ordained, you ignoramus?
What do we do now? I heard more than two voices.
I used to clamber around here as a young lad. The girls from Slatico used to come make a fire here and jump over it. And so's their underwear wouldn't catch fire. Sometimes they'd take it off.
That's nice, Gnarly, but I don't think it's scantily clad maidens we'll be running into here. So what...
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Well, there's a nice view into the gorge from up there. We only have to go back a bit, and we can get up there nicely.
Right. Henry, what are you waiting for? This is just the kind of thing we took you along for.
Yep.
Sure, sir.
I'll get on it.
With a bit of luck, there might be some girls there too.
I could do without girls with voices like that. Now get going.
Can fly, and Gauze's name is really something. For a wench, he's got a miserable pair of tits on him.
Alrighty.
You really saw that? I'm not kidding. Bonza, tell him I'm not having him on. You saw it too.
True. He ain't yanking your pizzle. I saw it with my own two eyes. She had one different than the other.
All right. But that
Those
ain't
definitely
normal.
aren't the blacksmith's
Everyone
hands.
must be laughing at the wench. Why? Some people might like it. I don't know who'd like that. And did they do something?
What the fuck do you imagine they do? Light up in the dark?
Leave him be, Honza. You're right. They did something. They rolled around and gave off sparks.
Eyes, spark.
So how's it look, Sonny? How many?
I saw 3. And they don't look like Radovan's hands.
And what about my goods?
I didn't see them. It looked more like a patrol. I reckon there might be more of them hereabouts.
Seems we can't avoid a fight. I hope you're ready, Henry.
course. We'll smash them to smithereens, and in the evening, we'll drink a toast from their skulls. Ha ha!
Hold your horses, son. Keep some of that piss and vinegar for the fight. You might have whipped me in that pig pen, but this is a different matter.
So, how are we gonna do it? Do you just want to charge them, sir?
What else do you suggest?
Someone could go back up top and try to take one of them down with an arrow before we charge them. There's a good view of the camp from up there.
Good idea, Henry. And I see you're equipped for it too. Climb up top, and as soon as you shoot the first time, we'll charge them. And make sure you don't hit one of us.
Right you are, Captain.
Got it. Not a problem.
Hey, it ain't his fault. What's wrong with his legs?
What's wrong with his legs is they can't stay away from the tavern.
You two don't know the truth from an hole in the ground. Stumble was a priest. He showed me holy pictures and taught me.
You're in for an arse-kicking, you piece of shit!
Sick 'em.
You haven't a chance, bastard!
Too
Useless. Good! I still can't quite do that. Fuck you! You're done for.
That weakling was useless. Hey, Henry, get over here. Stop dawdling. Hey, Henry, get over here. What's the hold-up, damn it? Hey, Henry, get over here.
Oh, this day took it out of me, and no mistake.
And it ain't over yet, sir. Your goods ain't here. And none of them bastards look like the blacksmith's hands. Am I right, Henry?
Hard to say. I've never actually seen them. But I don't think it was them.
Me neither. But right past that peak is another good camping spot.
You think this was a patrol?
It makes sense. But I don't want to go assuming the worst. We might have just run into them bandits by chance.
Yeah, well, you were right, as always. Let's go, then. Are you ready, Henry?
Shouldn't we send for reinforcements?
Who would we send for? By the time we return, the bastards will be gone along with my goods.
Don't worry, lad. This scum is no match for us.
Give me a moment.
Hurry up, lad.
Yeah, no problem. I just want to loot these guys real quick. Let's see, where did this guy's weapon go? Sometimes, the only thing I don't like is sometimes it's hard to pick up. It's hard to loot their weapons because they fall on the ground and it's hard to... Get out of the way, mutt. I love you, but you're in the way. Let's see. Was it just those three? I guess.
We can get.
All right, guys, let's roll.
Just grand. Let's go then.
I thought we had everything clear, Venser. You tried to fuck with me, so until we ride out, you're gonna stick right there and keep your mouth shut.
We did everything you asked. We got the blacksmith cart and the goods.
Horse shit. You tried to fuck me. That bastard cousin of yours owned up to it.
It was his idea. I wanted nothing to do with it.
Make no difference to me, Venser. You vouched for the crooked fucker. So now, it's on you. Actually, you could consider yourself lucky. If you hadn't saved my ass that time in Colleen, I'd have goat ear skin you alive.
Bastards. You can't trust anyone in these parts. Get ready, Gnarly. We are going to parley.
Like that time at the Shani, sir.
Yes, exactly.
Only there was more of us that time, and less of them.
Oh, don't worry, there won't be a problem. They're just common thieves. Besides, I'll take young Henry with me.
What, me?
And if they're still feeling brave, you get to try out that new plaything of yours.
No worries, guys. I got this.
Gentlemen, I'm obliged to you for looking after my goods, but I'll take them back now. Just hand them over, and I'll let you go.
Oh, you must be from Samin, sir. Of course you can have everything back. As long as you ask nicely, eh? Well, how about we do things differently? You lay down your weapons, and we can all have a nice little chat. I mean, I don't intend to go murdering local laws. I just want your coin.
That's very noble of you, sir.
What are you gaping at? At them!
What are those fancy moves?
In on that motherfucker!
He's at it. Nice strike. Amen to you. They got what they deserved, the fuckers. Henry! Hey, Henry! Are you listening? Come here!
We'll just...
What now?
One of them bastards.
Did you see which...
No!
But they taken...
Are you dead? They took them cat. They were in cahoots. Only the thief wanted to rob the thieves. And they deserve the same punishment, if not more.
And what punishment can he expect? Maybe he'd surrender to me if I could promise him something.
Now listen up, Henry. We don't promise nothing to no scum. Never. He'll most likely get the rope. And if you promise him anything else, you'll be lying. Don't forget, a man's word of honor is what separates a noble from a robber.
I'll go and track him now.
Great. Hurry.
Alright, now if I can find something with a scent.
Please, let me go. I just want to go home.
I could have.
I'm just telling you what people are saying. It's not easy for us nobles.
No, it's not.
At least there's something to agree on.
see. What does my map say? Okay. We'll go this way. That's not what I meant to do. Oh well. Okay, this is where we just were.
I shouldn't have bloody bothered.
I've got you now, Venser. You've nowhere to run to. Yield.
Well, why the fuck would I? It's just you against me. Besides, if I do yield,
One-on-one, yeah. But it must be clear to you that you're no match for me. Even if the noose is waiting for you, it's still a more pleasant death than getting your head smashed in with a rock. And believe me, I'll do it if there's no other way.
fuck. All right, I'll come with you. But you'll put a word in for me.
I might. As long as you don't try anything.
Promise me.
I won't promise you anything. Now come on. I've got a prisoner for you, sir.
Excellent. It all worked out quite well in the end. Gnarly will take care of this scum.
What about Gules?
He caught a few good hits, but he's alive. We'll take him with us. I need to have a strong word with him. You did a good job, youngster. You've got heart. And so you don't say I had you clambering over these rocks for nothing. Here's something for you.
Thank you, sir.
Don't thank me, you deserved it. And now, let's get that accursed cart back to Sameen. Want to ride? We'll go via Troskovitz. We can drop you off there, and you won't have far to Tarkov. You ought to report back to Radovan as soon as possible about what happened with his hands.
What's going to happen with that bird?
You mean Radovan's hands? We'll see. The one that ran for it, it's clear with him. The other fellow was tied up, so who knows what went down. Maybe he was innocent. Gnarly'll have a word with him, and we'll see what he tells us.
He didn't give me any trouble on the way back.
Sir, Venser surrendered because I promised to put in a good word for him.
Well, it's nice that you promised him, but I'm the one who'll decide on the fate of that scum, and it's quite clear to me.
All right.
Well, I tried.
Could you wait?
Would you wait for a second?
I better just check that I haven't lost anything while running around here.
All right, but make it
Sure, I haven't lost anything.
Now, I'm looking forward to being back at my own fireside.
Pip, pip, sir. It won't be 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Okay. just looting this stuff real quick. Don't see their weapons anywhere around. Here's a sword. Work axe. Okay. And I would imagine there's one other here somewhere. But I don't see it. And I don't want to waste too much time. Oh, there we go. Bearded axe. Got it. Okay. Perfect. This guy was a hunting sword, I think. Okay. Is there anything I can loot here? How about you? Perfect. Okay, I guess that's everything. Yeah, I got the Toledo steel. Okay. Alright, well, I guess we can get out of here.
Is that offer of a ride still?
Sure.
A ride would be great. My legs are sore.
Wait until you're my age. Well, let's get going.
And we're off.
I didn't do nothing wrong, I swear. It's all Vence's fault. It was him who said we'll sell the car to Gills.
Oh, whoops.
Like that at all. We shook on it. But on the way, you
Oops.
had the idea we'd keep it.
What? That ain't true.
Leave it out, you two. One way or another, you wanted to fuck me up. Doesn't matter whose idea.
We didn't want to steal it. Well, Vence did. I didn't know what was going to happen.
I didn't want nothing. I got mixed up in this by mistake.
Stop arguing, or I'll unhitch the car and let the horses drag you the rest of the way.
Where are you taking us?
To Sameen, where his lordship will hear you out and decide what to do with you. I hope you realize you can't protect something.
Fuck.
By right, I should
Well, I didn't realize that I was dismounting the cart.
times nobody will give a toss. Parchment's dear.
Is there a... That's 5:26. That's 10 minutes ago.
And ink ain't free either. So as far as I'm
Oh well, I'll just run alongside, I guess.
without permission.
I see how the law is respected here.
Ha! Are you yanking my pizzle? You're a fine one to talk about law.
And what will happen to us?
What do you think? If they'll execute a nobleman, they won't think twice about a hired hand or two.
You never know, Henry. Lord Sameen is merciful. Maybe this whimpering will soften his heart.
Oh, I'm not whimpering. I'm just trying to tell you how it was.
Bollocks! You're full of shit. You don't believe a word he says, Captain.
Sameen might be merciful, but whether he'll be in the mood for this, I can't say.
I'm innocent. I swear on my ma's soul.
Is that supposed to soften my heart? Cha! Every man she could, I dragged to the gallows, swore on his mother. Nobody with any decency would risk his mother's immortal soul, even if he was as pure as the driven snow. But this bastard doesn't think twice about his soul. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Captain's right. Only the lowest of the low swears on his mother.
That's right. You always were a piece of shit, Francie. No scruples.
Well, ain't it grand to have you here to explain everything? Now shut your gobs, the three of you. Don't want you poisoning the air with the shit you spout. Right, we're in Troskowitz. This is where you get off, Henry.
Thanks a lot, Captain.
Don't forget to go and tell Radovan what happened, so he can stop worrying.
Will do.
And drop by Sameen sometime. You may be wet behind the ears still, but you're a laugh to have around.
Wet behind the ears? You're a bit young for that kind of talk, Captain.
Ah, if only.
Farewell. Bon voyage, gentlemen. Good luck. How over encumbered am I? 17. Okay. I'm gonna repair my shizzle. Alright, now we've got stuff to sell and get rid of.
My respects.
Wrong button. Okay, we got a lot of stuff here from a lot of dead bandits. Okay.
I'd like to discuss the
Okay.
price.
Very well.
Let's see how much I can get for all these clothes. I'm gonna shoot for 200.
Do you accept?
That's still I was glad to be of help to you.
Yay! Got a ton of gold for that crap. Now we'll sell the rest to the general merchant.
Seid gegrüßt, mein Herr.
Keep the wolf meat.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Was soll's? Warum nicht?
Is this enough?
You won't convince me with this. Ja, das ist gut. Finally a good price. Dann und viel Glück für die Zukunft, mein Herr.
Okay. No, I just want to sharpen my sword real quick.
All right.
I like to keep it maxed out. Should begin. Alrighty. Now, what's next on the agenda? So I need to return to the blacksmith now. That's one thing I could do. I think I will do that. I will report back to the blacksmith. It seems like a logical thing to do. Let me just make sure I don't have anything on my horse that I would like to get rid of. Let's see, should I keep Gnarly's club and shield? I will for now, I guess. But I don't ever actually intend to use them. I will probably sell them at some point. Okay, off we go to take off. Or tack off, or I don't know. However you say it. However, it's pronounced that place. To the north!
So, job done. The cart was found and driven to Lord Semin's courtyard.
Whew. That's a relief. And what happened to that pair of idiots?
It turned out they tried to rob you.
Oh.
Yep.
They did.
Filthy thieves.
They plotted with some robber baron called Gules and brought the cart to him.
The bastards. I should have realized they were a bit too keen on work. And how did you get the cart back?
I went to Semin, and they were wondering there too where the wagon got to. So we rode out to look for it. Me, Lord Semine, and his captain, Gnarly.
Well, God's nails. And the three of you tracked them down. The whole band.
That's right. They were hiding in Apollonia, along with the carts and the goods.
Indeed. Where else? The bastards. And what about my hands?
I'm not sure. Lord Semine took them and Gules to his courtyard. We'll see how he deals with them.
I know what to do with them.
Don't worry. I don't think Lord Semine will let them off lightly.
Anyway, the main thing is the cart turned up. I'd be in a right mess if it didn't.
No doubt.
And you've earned a reward for your trouble. I've got just the thing for you. Some mercenary once had his cuirass repaired here, but never came back for it. Who knows what happened to him? So now it's yours. It's been through a bit, but it'll still serve for a while.
Thanks. It'll come in handy. And have you got another job for me?
Young Lord Semine's wedding is coming up, and it's got my head spinning. Look, you must have seen Agnes, the bailiff's daughter, when you were in Truscovitz. What do you think of her?
I haven't seen Agnes.
I actually don't recall seeing Agnes.
Pretty doesn't do her justice. She's a beauty. But she's got such a sharp tongue on her that I don't envy older at all. And how about you, lad? Have you got some lass waiting in Sasau?
Yeah. And I hope she'll wait. Her name's Teresa. Her uncle owns a mill on the river in Ratai.
A girl from a mill? You want to watch out for them types. You might get caught up in devilry, lad. A wedding's a serious business. You don't just get the bride. The whole family. So you have to show them you're a man who's worth it. All the more so when you're noble born. Old Semine wants a special sword forged for his son's wedding present.
Excellent. So what are we waiting for? Should we get to work?
Hold your horses. It can't be any old steel. This has to be a first-class job.
A blade of first-class steel?
That's right. But that's just the problem.
Ah, I see. We don't have any welded steel for that kind of sword, do we?
God's nails. You really know your stuff, youngster. And you're right. We don't have the steel for a strong sword that won't break.
So, full disclosure, my plan is probably going to be steal the sword for myself. So, that's why I'm also doing the quests for the miller, because I'm going to need an alternate way to get into the wedding when I screw over the blacksmith. So, just so we're all clear on the plan. I intend to craft an amazing sword and then keep it for myself.
I'd like to know where you're going to get your hands on some welded steel.
Relax, lad. I've got it all figured out, as it happens. There's this old...
Good. Tell me the plan.
Living in Apollonia.
And he can pray for us?
God's nails, let me finish talking. The word is, he was fighting heathens years ago in faraway Andalusia. And folks say they saw this interesting broken sword in his hut. From the description, it seems our peculiar hermit has a real Toledo blade.
Welded Spanish steel? There's nothing better for a sword.
See now? You do understand. But there's a catch.
Naturally.
They say that Ambrose the Hermit has changed a lot recently. People from far and wide used to go to him for remedies and blessings. But now he won't see no one. I even heard he made a pact with the devil.
No way.
And other strange goings on.
Like what?
What strange goings on?
I heard something in the tavern about some apparition. But that's all I know.
Great Scott.
With the devil? Why would the hermit make a pact with the devil?
No idea. It might just be old wives' tales.
Where can I find the hermit?
Do I look like someone who goes to a hermit for advice? I know he has a...
Well, you had all the rest of the parts of the plan.
But you'll have to ask the
You expect me to believe you came up with all this, but you haven't put together the location of the hermit?
Sword. In return, you'll get me invited to Samin's wedding.
If it means so much to you, why not? Come and see Betty from the Troskovitz Tavern. She knows all the gossip. She'll definitely tell you more about the hermit. But Henry, if there's any truth in that pact with the devil, don't get caught up in it. The best sword in the
Don't
world
worry.
isn't worth eternal damnation.
I'm going to have to disagree with you there. Alrighty. Just double checking that I already sold off everything. Oh yeah, he gave me a rusted plate that I have no intention of using. That's the downside to doing all that grinding and stealing in the early game, is all the stuff that you get as rewards are crap by comparison. Okay.
I'm glad you found what you were looking for.
Not even gonna haggle with him. Not worth the time. Alright, let me feed the dog real quick.
Here you go. Take it.
Have some dried wolf meat. Some dried wolf jerky. Seriously? There we go.
Come here, boy.
Okay, do I have any perk points? I have one available perk point. And what? Where is this perk point? Combat with heavy weapons. Okay. Heavy weapon attacks will be harder for opponents to block with a shield. Additionally, it will take less time to completely destroy an opponent's shield with your blows. Every time you fully charge your attack with a heavy melee weapon, the attack will be 10% stronger. Deal 5% more damage with heavy weapons. When you hit an enemy with a heavy weapon, their armor will count as 10 lower. I think I will go with the shield breaker. Oh no, I've already done that one. Okay. In that case, I will do Sundering Blow. Sounds good to me. Okay. No. Save here for a second. And then I've got sheep's guts, which I need to take to the huntsman. He's making some lute strings for some musicians. Where's this checkpoint that I put on my map? Oh, over here, I guess.
You silly doggy.
Oh.
Whoa, whoa.
I wonder what's over here. This looks awful dark and mysterious. Just an alternative path.
My humble I've got that sheep got for you.
I hope you killed the poor creature before you pulled it out of its rectum. Or did you chicken out and buy it somewhere? Not that I care. Wait here a while and I'll make them strings for you.
Yay! On the road, you see two armed men surrounded by the dead bodies of some villagers. The men are searching and robbing them. You saw them before they saw you. Perfect. Just in case, I will save.
You're not thinking of raiding whole hamlets, are you? It's risky. Loot would be better. Sick 'em. You're in for an arse kicking, you piece of shit! Too slow! I'm all yours! I'm bleeding! I'm not going to die here!
Heal.
Well, that was fun. Just take all these dead people stuff. They won't need it anymore. Okay, that's his weapon. Am I over encumbered? No. Excellent. Come here, dog. I want to praise you.
Good boy. Good boy.
What are you growling at over here? I like that the fast travel in this game does not preclude the possibility of combat or random events. It's nice.
I'm at your service, sir. How can I help you, sir?
My body is in need
Health
of
services.
relaxation.
Certainly. We're open.
I'd like you to give me a good scrub and take care of my clothes, please.
All right, but money up front.
Let's talk about the price.
Certainly. No problem.
Do we have a deal?
Now that's nearly an acceptable... Excellent.
I'm at your service. It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
I will not. I will continue to bump into you.
got those strings for you.
Ah, how the hills shall ring out in gladness to their glorious sound.
We'll fix the loot and head off for Kuttenberg, fame and fortune. All praise to you, friend.
Right. I hope that's all you need.
If only, Henry, old pal. It's just there's still one little fuck-up. Friend, we have a problem. The innkeeper doesn't want us to leave. Says Kuttenberg isn't the place for us.
Can you imagine? He who never set foot outside his village wants to block 2 free souls in their path to fame.
And fortune.
And recognition.
And under the skirts of town maidens.
Beast. In short, dear friend, you must have a word with him. You're worldly wise. He's sure to listen more to you than to us.
Hang on. How can the innkeeper keep you from going anywhere?
Well, you know, he's incapable of grasping that the artistic soul...
I sense a lie.
Aye, he's an
ignoramus.
Besides, we owe him a bit of coin.
Aha! Aha! The crux of this tale. Okay.
Well, why don't you pay
Why
him
don't
back?
you pay him?
That's just it. We'd love to. We could always scrape together a few groschen.
But it's not coin he's after. He wants us to work off our debt.
No way.
He lets you two drink on credit? How so?
Because he's a damn crook.
He knows we can't pay back our debt outright, but he counts every wretched sip we take and adds it to the burden we have to shoulder.
One beer after another.
Well, why don't you just up and run for it?
And sully our honor? Never.
And also, the innkeeper would tell the bailiff and he'd come looking for us. We don't want to end up in the stocks.
Why do I have to be the one to solve it for you?
Because we don't have time. We have to concentrate on composing our songs, creating art. Art!
I mean, it won't take you that long to work off your debt.
To Kuttenberg and make a shitload of coin. We'll pay you back double.
Tell you what, tenfold.
Alright.
Word with him, and we'll see what happens.
That's the spirit.
Let's drink to that.
Okay, where is this rascal?
What's going on around here, innkeeper?
Nothing really new. If you're looking for work, look somewhere else.
What's going on around
Then
here?
why is the text still white?
Nothing really new. If you're looking for work, look somewhere else.
So usually the text is gray when you've exhausted it, like, where can I find my room? But what's going on here is still white, so that leads me to believe I haven't exhausted all those options yet. I don't know why he's stuck on this one, though.
Nothing really new. If you're looking for...
Maybe that indicates there's a quest here, but I haven't done what I need to do to trigger it. Possibly. I don't know. Let's talk about Michael and George's debt.
A small debt with you.
A small debt? They owe me a whole heap of work, my friend. A month ago, I told them to dig a hole for shit behind the barn, and I'm still waiting. There's a privy there, but now it's full. The shit has nowhere to go but downhill. It's flowing down to the bathhouse. The other day, they promised that if I poured them a drink, they'd haul sacks of chaff to the barn. They boozed for free all night and swolfed down sausages till they were as greasy as a cart axle. But that chaff is still out in the damp and rain.
Can't they just pay what they owe you?
It has nothing to do with the coin. Those two need to learn some responsibility. Damn their idle hands. Nothing can cure their laziness but labour.
So, haul some sacks and empty the latrine. And then the debt is paid?
Aye, but I'll bet my boots that even if those two miraculously got off their asses, they'd still manage to rack up another debt in no time.
What is it Michael and George have to do to pay off their debt?
Haul sacks of chaff to the wagon and empty the overflowing latrines. Once that's done, we'll be quits.
Couldn't someone else do the work instead of Michael and George? They'd just do a shoddy job anyway. You know them.
Well, they'd have to do it again then. I'm telling you. Until the chaff's undercover and the latrine's clean enough to eat out of, them two owe me.
Forget about those two fools. You're not responsible for their upbringing. A decent pile of coin could smooth everything over, couldn't it? I'll give you the coin for some hired hand to do the job.
Well, that pile of groschen will have to be mighty big. Cleaning out the privy's going to be a nasty job.
Okay. Let's aim.
Do we have a deal?
Aim for 75.
You won't convince me like this.
I expected that, so now we're gonna counter with 80.
Everyone should be satisfied. Good trade.
Yay! Sure does, buddy.
What's going on around here, innkeeper?
Nothing really new. If you're looking for work, look somewhere else.
Anyway, Clara, Anna, or Leader?
All right, boys, I got good news.
I've squared things with the innkeeper. Your debt's been settled.
Our savior. We knew you'd support our artistic souls and save our mortal bodies.
May your name live in glory.
Your glory shall be sealed by the song we wrote for you.
Oh my God, what have you done?
Yeah. For you and about you, our hero.
Definitely not going to.
I don't know if this is gonna go well, but
You know exactly.
I'm just joking. Right, you ready?
Can't choose.
You've got one job. Good? Right.
When it seems you're out of luck, there's just one man who gives a fuck. A friend who'll never leave you stuck. Now who can that friend be? Well,
Lydiac?
Henry, our hero Henry, the fellow who helps his fellow man. Henry, reliable Henry, he gets the job done the best he can. Oh, 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 oh.
Watch out. Watch out. Here we go.
Oh, oh, oh.
I can't hear you in the back.
When you want to string your lute and drum it with your bag drum, who will pull a sheep gut out through the creatures who wrecked home? Oh, Henry.
it's funny because we didn't do that.
The fellow who helps his fellow man. His fellow man. Henry, let's drink to Henry. He gets the job done the best he can. Yeah!
It was a low-key banger. Not gonna lie. I was really rocking out there with him. I don't know. These people are ridiculous. It's terrible audience. Terrible audience. You know what? I'm more glad than ever I'm helping these guys get to a better place.
Fantastic. I tell you, that loot really gave it a punch.
I'd say we were incomparable. Chi la dura la vince. You can't keep a good man down. The world awaits us.
Awaits us with open arms.
Absolutely great. Amazing. Breathtaking.
Ha ha! I knew it!
If our first song is so successful, just imagine how our next one will be received.
We'll conquer the fucking world!
Dear Enrico, thank you for everything. It's time for us to shake the dust of this godforsaken place off our feet and seek our fortune in the big wide world.
Gutenberg!
Sounds good.
Here we come!
New life! Here we come!
Best of luck to you, boys.
I wish you good fortune. Maybe we'll meet again one day.
If you come to Gutenberg, you will surely hear of us. Farewell.
Farewell! A jug of what?
God be with you, neighbor.
God bless you.
My God, what's taking so
Alright, that was fun. I want to knock out one more thing before we close out the stream. I want to go ahead and turn in the reward for Materia Prima.
Am I supposed to open my mouth and wait for it to rain?
Okay.
Good doggy. Good boy.
Okay. Let's see here. Now, there is one thing that I want to try here. I have not yet read the contents of the document that this guy had me steal. So I'm going to save, read the contents, then turn it in, and see if he recognizes that I have read it. I, the renowned Hermes Trismegistus, offer through my agents for exchange various alums, white vitriol, green vitriol,
Jesus Christ.
vitriol of Bella Sanctus Maria, ferritin, oleum sulphurus, mark, I guess that's conversion ratios. Okay. Where'd he go?
Good day to you.
How about some more advice on sneak?
Advice? For you? You're as nimble as a cat. I can hardly hear you when you move. What else can I teach you? Seems you know everything already.
You flatter me. But still, I'd like to learn something new from you. What should I wear to be inconspicuous?
Something dark and drab would be best. It won't exactly command respect, but at least people won't pay you much attention.
Who'd notice someone so shoddily dressed? Just don't go wearing fancy clothes around tramps, or shoddy rags around nobles. You have to be like a ghost that nobody knows about. And a ghost shouldn't get their hands dirty, or bloody for that matter.
I've been known to be a bit noisy. How do I stay quiet?
Only a fool goes robbing in full armor. Better to take off your chainmail before you go climbing through someone else's window. And tread lightly. Not only will you not make a racket, you just might hear the fella in the other room get up to take a piss.
A weapon in hand won't do me much good, but I feel more confident with it.
Seems like everyone does nowadays. But if you're not looking to draw attention, a dagger in your belt will do just fine. All you need in your hand is a lockpick and a bag for valuables. But best to keep your hands free. If you get caught where you're not supposed to, neither a dagger nor a lockpick in hand will look too good.
How should I handle light properly?
Most guards and people you meet at night are either blind or drunk. The night is your friend. Stick to where the light doesn't shine. Dark clothing help out as well. And only a complete idiot doesn't put away their torch while robbing. And if you know how, brew yourself a Nighthawk. It tastes like piss, but it'll help you see better and keep you from being seen.
I'm going to be honest with you, guys. I've just been using my torch, and it's been fine. But that's just me, I guess.
How should I plan a robbery?
Most people have the same routine every day. Pay attention to people's behavior. Who goes where, and which way, when they rest, and when they go to bed. When are they usually drunk? When you get to know your victim, you'll know when they'll be home, and when they won't. And where you're sneaking into someone's house. Try a back window. Don't go for the front door.
That's all. Thanks for the advice. I have a few more questions about thievery.
You know I don't like that ugly word. What do you want to know about the art?
That's all. Thanks for the advice. That's all. Thanks for the advice. What's your story anyway, Crazy? Will you tell me more about yourself?
What business is that of yours? Seems to me like you haven't shut your mouth since you got here.
I'm leveling speech, bro. How do you expect me to level speech without talking?
My sack. Promise to help. What's the outcome of it? Nothing. Just more questions.
But
you know what? Let's make a deal. When you prove to me you're not all hot air, we can talk.
Okay. I have that document from the Wrath House.
Excellent. I knew I could count on you.
You lying piece of shit.
Seems like you're dabbling in alchemy here at the mill.
That's not a bad guess. But don't forget about astrology, theurgy, transmutation, and a smidgen of demonology. Although that's something anyone with a grain of sense should avoid. Now show it to me, so I can finally get the knowledge. Good. This will come in handy. Ah, yes, of course.
What now?
That much? Going to need more. A lot more.
Did you hear me? What now?
Sorry, I got lost in thought. I owe you my thanks as well as reward for getting me the document. And maybe another little job? What do you say?
Don't tell me you've forgotten. I need to get to that wedding in Semi.
Don't worry. Your path is leading that way. Only it'll be a little longer than expected.
You promised you'd get me into that wedding.
I did. but I didn't say when. Besides, things are about to get really interesting. Step by step, we're moving closer to the great revelation.
Enough. I'm sick of listening to your cryptic blabbering. Supposing you first initiate me into the mysteries of your enchanting mill. This isn't any run-of-the-mill business, so to speak. I smell something devilish here.
Devilish? Not at all. You guessed it. It's nothing less than high learning. Alchemy! And when I say alchemy, I mean real alchemy. Not
Tell me more, Miller.
hocus-pocus brewing of potions for creaky joints and bellyache.
Tell me more about it, then. Maybe I'll learn something useful.
I suppose. You are my apprentice, after all. You deserve to know what all of this is leading to. Now, pay close attention. I want to make a golem out of dough. Then, using secret alchemical practices in theurgy, bring him to life.
A golem, you say? That's a helper made of clay, which they say the Jewish scholars brought to life using the words of God's secret name?
Well, well. Seems that head of yours isn't just for ornament after all.
I've been doing a lot of grinding this game, Miller Crazel. You're going to find that everything comes quite naturally to me.
And how are you going to do that? It's surely impossible. Sounds more like a joke to me.
I'm deadly serious, Henry. One shouldn't joke about such matters. Studying the Jewish cabals taught me a practice known as Maseh Bereshit. A mystic can use it to imitate the work of God. Just imagine. You know how helpful a golem would be at the mill? Carrying sacks, pulling wagons, standing guard. He wouldn't be much smarter than Zinnik, but he'd have the strength of 10 men.
My word. That sounds incredible. I have to see it.
So far, it's just all in my head. But if you're patient and help me, you'll see soon enough. It's in the interest of the advancement and prosperity of mankind.
It's just crazy enough to work.
Bible. Moses could command the waters and speak to God through the element of fire. Jesus brought the dead back to life. I've no doubt that if our great holy Mother Church had been around at the time, they'd have crucified Jesus the same as the Pharisees. All the apostles would have been burned at the stake.
So a golem, you say, made of flour? For the good of mankind?
Exactly!
And what about the good of me? You promised me a reward.
You already know that you can learn the practical application of certain useful skills from me. But for a few groschen, we could discuss the art on a more, let's say, theoretical level.
I'm overwhelmed with gratitude. Supposing you give me a few groschen first, as a reward for bringing you the document, and then I'll decide whether to trade the coin for some learning.
Oh, see now, I completely forgot. Here you go. So you don't go around saying that Miller Crazel is a pinch purse. I added in what I owe for those sacks you carried. And if you want some more work, there's plenty.
I think I'm going to stop there.
Alchemy, golems, documents, and I'll have to think about whether I want to continue.
I get it. The greater good of mankind isn't everyone's, but don't forget, I can get you to that wedding. Miller's honor.
Yeah, I'm not ruling it out. I'm just, just gonna come back to it. Alrighty, let's see here. What are we? I guess I will go ahead and pick up that quest.
What What's this next job all about?
I need to find a...
Never a wasted word.
Short and to the point. That's my credo.
And how long will it take before you tell me what a saltpeter pit is?
A saltpeter pit is a pit in which saltpeter is formed.
Saltpeter is niter. That I know. They're white crystals similar to salt. But I have no idea what you might need it for here at the mill. Or is it supposed to be some peculiar crazal wedding gift for a young semi?
Nothing of the sort. The Kabbalistic doctrine speaks of saltpeter as a vessel for the inexhaustible essence of life. Those white crystals are said to contain the very essence of being. That's precisely what we need to give life to our golem. Thanks to the ingredients from Hermes Trismegistos, his feet will never get tired, and his fists will have the power to smash rocks. But saltpeter is the most important thing. Saltpeter will be the golem's heart.
So you're serious about this golem? And are you certain it'll work out?
Certainly. Otherwise, I wouldn't even try.
How much saltpeter will it take to bring to life such a big creature?
A lot. That's why I want you to find me a decent saltpeter pit. Do you understand?
I was hoping I'd learn something useful from you. But instead, you're making me wander around the countryside looking for some pit.
Well, you never know when an experience like that might come in handy.
Alright.
Then. I'll look around for that saltpeter pit of yours. I just hope you know where to look. That you can point me in the right direction. And also that you'll get me into that wedding as a reward.
Yes. Yes. Bonnie has a lead. She's a damned handy girl to have around. She can do anything you ask of her. But for you, the most important thing is that she knows how to look for niter. Or saltpeter, if you prefer.
So Bonnie is most likely a thief, am I right?
Bonnie is someone I trust without question, and you should too. Not only will she teach you how to find saltpeter, but also how to differentiate it from common salt. The main difference is it has kind of cooling taste.
Hold your horses. You want me to taste that nasty stuff?
If you don't taste it, you could confuse it with some nasty rot. You don't want that.
Damn right.
Don't be such a lily liver, Henry. If Bonnie can taste saltpeter, so can you. She'll tell you the rest herself. You'll find her in the Lair. That's a secret storage space I have here just by the pond. Only my best people can get in.
How can I get to this lair?
There's a bridge over the mill stream towards the southwest. Take the path to the left, just behind it along the pond. From that path, you turn right, uphill, between the rocks, and you'll find yourself right in front of the lair. You can't miss it. Oh, and so I don't forget. You could pick some herbs along the way to see Bonnie. It would make her very happy. She's just been through some tough times. Her dog died, and on top of that, she has to spend time with that blabbermouth, Zinnik. On the other hand, Zinnik might be holding his tongue for a while, after his encounter with the Troskowitz stocks.
If Bonnie spends time with Zinnik, she may want some spirits rather than herbs.
Bonnie? Never. Being a decent Christian, she avoids alcohol like the plague. Right along, so you're back as soon as possible.
To the lair.
To the lair! The lair!
Jesus Christ be praised. Greetings to you.
Okay. Alright, I think we're going to call it there for the night, or the morning. I'm getting a little tired. Next time when we pick up, I should be ready to actually do the wedding mission. I'll have done this job and the other job for the blacksmith Although, again, I'm planning on cheating the blacksmith and keeping the sword. So, look forward to that. Hopefully we'll be able to get to that soon. And on the VOD, I hope you enjoyed the VOD. Consider following me on Twitch, or liking the video and subscribing on YouTube. It's all free, doesn't cost you anything. Yeah, that's about it. Take care, everybody. Good night, good morning, whatever time it happens to be where you are. And I will see you in the next one.